refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is when you got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Thank you. Oh, come on. You don't have to. Come on now. All right. Listen, man. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. We got some good stuff to talk about. Only 3 topics today, but it's going to be some 3 good topics, though, all right? First, we got to talk about that game last night. Tomo feeling good. I know he is. Cowboys beat a good team, y'all. A team with a winning record. I mean, they did, right? A team in the playoff picture. They won last night in a shootout. Or who would have thought that? That came down to the wire. We also got to talk about Dave's game. He said he got some bird stew cooked up, right? That's what he said. They got a big game on this Sunday, the game of the week. And we got to talk about who needs to perform better. Who needs to perform well for their team to win. Is it Hurts? Or is it Purdy? And last but not least, we got to talk about that not so ever top 5 MVP candidates in NFL. That's going to be crazy. But look, before we get into that, I got 2 of my bros with me. I don't know if y'all noticed, we all got on black. All right. I mean, I don't know why it was going on. Black Friday was last Friday. But look, I got Davey Dollars with me. And I got Mr. Get Done Son himself, Tomo. How y'all doing, fellas?
Man, I'm doing good. I mean, I'm still a little congested if you can hear it. But, hey. Dak's my quarterback. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was a good one. Hey, I know why we got on all black. We getting prepared for a funeral that's about to happen on Sunday.
Oh. Yeah. Like that.
Got some birds that got cooked last night. Same birds that got cooked last week. And we got some birds that get cooked on Sunday. So let the church say amen.
Amen.
But nah, man, I'm excited about today. I'm excited about this Not So Top 5. I know it's gonna be crazy. Not just on the show, but it's gonna be crazy in the chats. I'm excited about that. There's a lot of things happening in college football that need to be talked about, man. Colorado seems to have a lot of people leaving.
What's going on with that?
They got a lot of people leaving. They got people decommitting to the school. I mean, Dion, what's up? What's up, man? You had 4 wins last season. Something up, man. I don't know what's up. And then we got a lot of transfer portals going on. It opens on Sunday. Some basketball games.
You don't want me, man.
Oh man, I mean, it's exciting. Otani, you got some questions. He might be making $600 million coming up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's some stuff going on in soccer. You know, we haven't touched on that yet on the show, but hey, that's a lot of things going on in sports. You know, they call me Davey Shafty for a reason. I cover everything. I don't just cover football, basketball. I cover everything. But it's Friday. It's financially good Friday, free Friday. It's time to make some money. It's time to have some fun. So let's turn up on the R2L show.
Turn me up.
Do you think, Joe?
So, before we get into the show, because we got a lot to unpack, make sure y'all like this video on 3 different platforms. We got streaming this on X, aka Twitter. We are streaming this on Facebook and YouTube. So like it on all three platforms. Share the video on all three platforms. Because we know you watching. We understand that. But you want others to watch with you because it's going to be a great show. So share that, hit that share button and send it to a bunch of people. And subscribe and follow if you haven't done that yet. Use the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. We're going to throw them on the screen. But if you put in a super chat, so kindly throw in a super chat in there, we're going to stop everything we're doing, hold up, and we're going to put the comment on the screen, read it out loud, because we appreciate all the donations and the gifts.
Donations.
There it is.
Donation. Gifts. Gifts.
Hey, Tomo, for like 3 weeks now, I was waiting to hear this sound effect. Well, I appreciate it. All right.
Nah, I
All
was
right.
like, I picked up what you was putting down. And off the field, we had to do some practicing. The receiver, I wasn't there, man. It was like Terry and Terry and all his quarterbacks. We weren't on the same page. Well, we here now. We here now.
Hey, just so you know, Zach Ertz has finally cleared waivers.
Mhm.
The Eagles are favored to sign him, though.
Come on now. I called that when they cut him.
Yeah.
He going back home.
A good analogy would have been like Josh Allen and Gabriel Davis, not connecting them, be on the same page, but it's all good for a game with a touchdown against the Eagles. But look, last but not least,
MVS and Mahomes.
Come on now. Now you ain't dropped no ball. I ain't that. We just went on the same page. All right? Don't go that far. That was terrible. Last but not least, y'all, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, take over. The floor is yours.
Man, talking about the football analogies, of course, Thursday night. For like the last couple weeks, we've been coming on here. We always recap the Thursday night games, and we always be like, well, was it really that entertaining? Like, we had to find other things we liked about the Amazon Prime experience in watching the football games. They got the Prime, what is it? The next gen stats where you can watch it from a sky view. They got the drone shot, and you see all the lines and everything. You're like, oh, that's a great way to watch it to keep you entertained. And then boom. Leave it up to the Dallas Cowboys and matter of fact, leave it up to Jerry Jones's Dallas Cowboys to go out there and give you a show. A Seahawks team that looked like they were done, son, last week against the rivals, the 49ers, Thanksgiving. Everybody had a turkey leg after that game for the 49ers. That's the first time I've seen a whole team get a turkey leg. But then fast forward, Gino got the bad elbow and he out here connecting with DK Metcalf and all his standing on business. Like, what he was doing with the sign language. He told him he was standing on business with sign language, man. Thought it was going to be a rough one. But Dak found a way. He found a way with 3 TDs to overcome that early run by Geno Smith to win 41-35. So he got to react to it. They extended their home streak to 14 games. Like I said, normally I start these off. But it seemed like it's good luck. So I'm going to start with you, Joe. How you feel about that game yesterday?
All right. What the Cowboys proved in this game, number one, they can close out games against a good opponent. They closed the game out offensively and defensively, right? They were down. They needed a touchdown to get up, right? And that's what they did. Dak did his part. And then they needed one more stop. One more stop. And what they do? Michael Parsons forced an incomplete pass. They get a stop. So that's one thing that proves me. Number two, Cowboys can beat a good team. All right. That's a monkey on their back they had all year. Now, they might go on the media and say we're not worried about that. They might tell you that, but we all know. That's constantly what they're hearing. People are discrediting all their blowout games. And with this Seahawks win, it kind of validates. People are still going to scoff at it. They're going to say, oh, the Seahawks were crumbling. They've been losing. They haven't been looking the same. Geno was injured. A lot of stuff they might say. But they can't take away the fact that they walked into that game 6-5, and they walked away 6-6. All right? And the Cowboys put that 6 right there. So that's another thing that proved, right? Number 3, Dak Prescott is definitely take care of the ball. I know everybody watching that game, when Dak had to get a touchdown, people were like, here it is. Here it comes. The moment I've been waiting for. Dak's about to mess it up. He going to throw a pick. And he left that game clean. Walked away clean. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Dak Prescott in a close game when he had a score to win at the end of the game. Come on now. This is a new Dak. And I got to give a lot of credit to Mike McCarthy. All right. Mike McCarthy is putting Dak in a great situation. And he's giving Dak more freedom in the offense. You can see it. Dak is talking way more before the snap than he was last year. All right. So that's why I believe the Cowboys prove is a good win for them. And they got Philly next week. So they got to prove a lot more. They beat Philly, though.
I'm going to go second on this one, Dave. Actually, no. You go second because the next one is for you. Next topic is just for you.
Okay. Me and Joe are in agreement here. They did everything they were supposed to do yesterday, and they're gonna look at the game and say, "Well, look, I mean, I'm gonna say what I was saying in the chat last night and today. I expected more out of the Cowboys to win this game because of what we did, the 49ers did to them last week. Now, the reason why I say this is because this is a division rival. You don't expect to beat division rivals the way that we beat division rivals, even though the Cowboys have been beating up on the Giants the last few years. So I get that part. But we also beat up on the Giants. So I was like, you know what? So
we was on the same page.
You saw a robot in real second. He started breaking up. Go ahead, though.
So I was thinking, since we beat up on the Giants, just like they beat up on the Giants, we beat up on the Seahawks, they should be able to do the same thing. But it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, what matters is that the Cowboys won that game.
Mm-hmm.
They were down 5 points. They were down 35-30. Dak went down threw a touchdown to Ferguson. Then he got the 2 point right after that. Next thing you know, they went and got a stop. Then they went down. Then they got a field goal to go up 6. All they had to do was get another stop to be able to close out that game. And Micah Parsons, like Tomo said, who went missing almost the entire game, made a key play at the end when it mattered. This is what the Cowboys needed. They needed to be a team that was over 500. They didn't have that all season long. We've been saying that at about 2 teams this season. That's the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. Who's the only team that actually got that done so far? That's the Dallas Cowboys. So Cowboys did what they were supposed to do. Like you said, they got Philly next week, but Philly got another problem to worry about.
Oh.
And that's this Sunday.
They definitely do got a problem on their hands. And we're gonna talk about that one in the next block. So make sure y'all stick around for that one. Now, what did the Cowboys prove to me with this win over Seattle? Nothing. I told y'all I believed in my team. If you go back and watch the panel before, I told y'all we could go 14-3 and that we was gonna beat Seattle. So right now we're 9-3. We still got to run the table, but I also said this too. I said, hey, Dak Prescott, he's gonna be my bold prediction to win MVP. And everyone was like, Tomo, you tripping. I was like, look, if I want the Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl, Dak Prescott has to play at an MVP-esque level. Last night, when he was about to get sacked, everyone was like, oh, he's going down. And then I seen him pull a Romo move and he got up and then he threw a dot. I thought he was going to throw a pick. He threw a dot. And I said, that's it right there. That's that MVP I've been telling people about. Joe, you said it in the chat earlier when you was like how we talk about Mahomes. The only person that always goes to bat for Dak is me. Hey, Worm, I got you on the bandwagon, bro. You're not looking so bad. You wanted to jump last night. You almost wanted to jump. But
don't do it, Worm.
Man, don't do a bloodbath. But like the title says, encore. We need more of this because you gotta do it again against Philly. You gotta do it again against the Bills. You gotta do it against the Lions. Like this, the table is set for you to go win MVP because normally we would have the easier side of our schedule right now. And now it's the tough side. So things that it proved to me again is that Dak is on another level. He's reached that new level. In Dak we trust. But Mike McCarthy is also going back to his days when he had Aaron Rodgers early on with his play calling, where he trusts his quarterback to make the plays. He's like, look, if I call it, I know you're going to dial it up. You're going to make the right read. Another thing that I learned, though, this is the bad thing, is that our defense, when we go up against teams that are above 500, we can play bully ball on those teams where we know we're going to get to the quarterback. But Geno Smith was sacked how many times last night? Once. And it wasn't even once. We can technically say 0 because they just gave Micah the sack. But technically, Geno learned his lesson He learned his lesson from last week when he played against those 49ers. He wasn't holding on to the ball at all. As soon as he seen pressure, he was like, here you go. Here you go. I don't care. Here you go. And every time he threw it up, a receiver was there. One of the plays where DK caught a touchdown, Geno was literally throwing the ball away. DK just got open and caught it. Let's talk about DK. I said it yesterday on our preview. I said this team has confidence. They have the players to win these games. They just hit a funk. And they woke up last night. 3 touchdowns from DK Metcalf. Coach, you gotta change your profile pic, man. He showed up. Also, the penalties. You can't play against good teams with penalties. The Seahawks were winning most of that game because there was one entire drive where the Cowboys gave them. They just walked them into the red zone with nothing but either a false start. I mean, not false. It was offsides, holding, PI, touchdown. Another drive where they did it again. Lucky for us that the Seahawks are railing that they did the same thing on the flip side on their defense. So again, there's just things that they have to learn when you go up against good teams that you gotta control. Look, why are you lining up off sides? Why are you so eager to get to Geno Smith when you haven't been getting there all night? Technique, you got to learn that. Offensive side, when you get in the red zone, you have to score. You need to score. Like field goals is nice, but if you getting 3 and the other person is getting 7, I seen Golden State clean people up all the time. You making 2s and I'm making 3s. I'm gonna win this game. So you got to score and get that running game together. But outside of that, Dak did what he's supposed to do. Shut the haters up. Now do it again next week.
What else I learned, Tomo? Let's just stop it now. Unless he proves himself next week, Deron Blank defensive player of the year. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He came back there, that man.
He got a pick yesterday, but he got barbecued.
That picked me nothing because the Cowboys didn't capitalize on it. And then he was getting, and then right after that, he gave him a touchdown.
You know, yesterday I had a Trayvon Diggs moment. I said, you got all them interceptions, but remember you gave up all them yards? I say, this is why people was talking about, the picks is nice, but you're giving up yards. That game right there, he gave up almost, I think he broke a record. Over 150 yards receiving in one half.
Yes.
Right after you won defensive play. I don't think he wanted to win that defensive play of the year. I think he just wanted to chill. He like, now y'all getting me picked on. He made Stephon Gilmore had to go check DK. So.
Yeah, that's what changed the game in the second half. They had to put Gilmore on him.
Yeah.
My goodness. He got barbecued last night. I think it was 5 catches for 150 something yards in the first half.
Yes.
That was terrible.
Yes. And they was picking on him. When I'm talking about picking on him, they was like,
where he at? Oh, okay, there you go. It was looking for him.
I'm just glad he ain't Anthony Brown. They would have won that game if that was Anthony Brown.
Oh man, you would have had like 3 passing interferences that led to touchdowns.
I mean, he basically did. He had like 2. So
he was getting cooked. I was like, dang. But hey,
if he do it again next week, I mean, if he bounce back next week, he can get back in the runnings. But yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
He gotta get a pick 6 next week.
Whew, he gonna need one. Especially like on AJ Brown's side. But look, I'm glad we talked about them. We talking about them because we got to keep the ball rolling. We're gonna go right over. And I see you here, Kev. So you right on time. Because we gotta talk about last year. You know what I'm saying? Because last year,
both of them Philly boys are here.
Oh, they here? Okay. Let me make sure as I talk about this, I'm gonna update the topic as well. But we got to talk about the 49ers versus the Eagles. Because the NFC Championship rematch is here. And guess what? The Eagles 10-1. The 49ers, what's y'all record, Dave?
8-3.
8-3. Who do you think the favorite in this game?
Who I think?
No. I was asking the public out there. Everyone knows it. But they're going to Philadelphia, and the 49ers are favored.
Holland, talk.
Talk to them. Yeah, 2-point favorites. They got to talk to them. But 10 months ago, 49ers left the field battered due to injuries with Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson. They took both the quarterbacks out. And now they're coming back to Philly again. And Philly is the underdogs. Dave, who needs to play better, or who needs to play better for their team to win? Is it Purdy or is it Hurts?
I think this is easy for me. Between the two quarterbacks, there is only one that has been an All-Pro. Only one of these quarterbacks have actually gotten to the Super Bowl. Only one of these quarterbacks are the quarterback of the team that are 10-1. Only one of these quarterbacks have multiple comeback wins from behind. So for me, it has to be Purdy. Purdy has to play a great game. Purdy has to go in there and play like he's been playing all season long. Take care of the ball and throw touchdowns when on a defense that is not good against the pass. This defense is 29th in the league against the pass, which means anybody can pretty much throw on them. And what have we been able to do this season? We've been able to throw the ball. We've been able to run and throw. So what we need to do is take care of business. And that is with Purdy being able to have a good game. Now, I'm not saying he needs to have a perfect game. He don't need to have a 158.3 passer rating. He don't need to do that. But he cannot turn the ball over in this game. And he has to play like Debo said. If Purdy played in the NFC Championship game, we believe we would have won that game. And we believe it wouldn't have been close. And that's the thing is their passing defense was a lot better last year. You know, they had CJ Garner-Johnson. You know, Maddox was right there in the slot. They had reason to believe why Philly's defense was better last year. But now this Philly's defense has a lot to be desired when it comes to passing. And right now, 49ers has a top 5 offense right now. Top 5 offense and top 5 defense. So in order for us to win this game, Purdy has to play really good. We saw in the NFC Championship game that CMC played his game and we lost. So it's not about CMC. It's about Purdy. Purdy has to play this game. Hurts can play okay and still be able to win. We've seen this happen multiple times before. It's happened this season to where his defense doesn't play well and he still finds a way to win. Hurts is known for being able to not have a good game and then come the fourth quarter, he just comes back if the game is close and they win a game. We haven't seen that yet from Purdy. Purdy even had 3 chances this year to do that, and it has not happened. Now, I'll give you one game to where I won't put that on him because even though he played well, in the end, he put them in position to win. The kicker just missed, and that was against the Browns. Put him in position to win, but kicker missed the game. Now, the other 2 games, he didn't play well, and we lost. So unless he plays well, we will not win. He needs to play well on Sunday in Philly in order for the 49ers to win this game. So I think that Purdy needs to play better more than Jalen Hurts does.
See, when you all sent this question, I said off rip, I said it's Hurts. It has to be Hurts. Because if you go back to that championship game, Hurts wasn't having his best game until Purdy went down, and then the defense was like, "Oh, we could just pin our ears back and go get whoever's out here." And then they went and got him, and then what was it, Johnson? And then next thing you know, Johnson got hurt. And they was like, they have no one else. BG, go do your thing. And BG, he was talking trash. he played more than 5 snaps that game. And then I sat back and thought about it some more. I said, well, it also has to be Hurts because look at how the Eagles have been playing all season. Again, they're still trying to figure out their offense. Earlier this season, they were struggling to figure out passes. The protection was there, but Hurts was struggling to get the ball down the field. And then it snapped. Then the running game picked up. Oh, yeah. And then the running game picked up. And then I had a robot moment. But shout out to Cardo with the 199 super chat. Hey, Tom, that definitely was an Anthony Brown game. That definitely was it. That was it. That's who he turned into. But it's okay because he got the pick. Anthony Brown would have never got the pick. The confidence for Anthony Brown was just shot. He got
the pick. I was like, he caught that? I was like, what?
Me too. I was like, did Lockett drop it? Why are they celebrating? But hey, I said, okay, cool. And then proceeded to get cooked right after the pick. I don't know what was going on yesterday, but we'll talk about that later on in the chats. So as I was saying, I was like, because Hurts this season, the offense was still trying to find themselves, the secondary with the defense. The Eagles were winning a lot of close games that normally last year they would have been blowing people out by the first half, and then second half they just coast. Now this year it's kind of opposite. They coasted in the first half, and then they showing up in the second half. So yeah, Hurts needs to play better. And then this nice little thing came across my timeline. Debo. I said, oh no. Purdy has to play better to win this game because of how Debo was talking. Debo said that if Purdy didn't get hurt, we win that game. I said, oh, okay. Well, Purdy not hurt. Purdy's here. Y'all got a somewhat better offensive line. Y'all added Chase. Now you got the pass rushers there. Lane may not be there. Dallas Goedert is trying to get back. We seen how Ward played against DK. If DK and AJ Brown went to the same school, some people saying they got the same physical features. We know what Ward gonna do. So hey, we know the defense gonna show up. Purdy, it's your time. Purdy had 2 good games. Remember the perfect game you told me about, Dave? Remember the 4 touchdown game he had against the Cowboys? CMC there. So if CMC there, Master P gonna be there, Shady gonna be there. What's his name? D-Jack retiring, so this gonna be like another homecoming environment. Everybody gonna be there.
That's that Meek Mill gonna be there. That's everybody showing up.
It's game time. So hey, Purdy, show up because we know Hurts don't show no emotion, so we know he's just gonna be himself. But Purdy, yeah, you need to win this one for your teammates alone because Bradbury is what, Debo?
Trash.
Do y'all think Philly hit up D-Jack and said, hey, we're going to need you this week, all right? I need you to retire. I know you told me, DJ probably called you, hey, look, I'm letting you know I'm retiring this year. Let me know what week you want me to do it. We'll keep, all right. 4 hours on the schedule? We need some momentum. DJ, it's a week to do it. All right, so that's probably what happened. But
honestly,
look, though.
I like what you said. Honestly, I thought D-Jack retired because they went and signed Julio instead of him. He's like, if they don't want
probably sick, though. Knowing him.
You just getting old, fast receivers. Why y'all couldn't call me?
Imagine him with Mike McDaniel in his prime. Woo! That'd be crazy. But we saw him with Andy Reid, so he was. But anyways, it's Purdy. Purdy has to play better. I've seen Hurts in multiple games not play well and they still win. I've seen Hurts in multiple games when the defense made a crucial play at the end of the game, and then Hurts did his job. I remember the Patriots game. Hurts didn't have a good game, but I remember that pick six, the defense guy that kept Patriots at bay the rest of the game. I remember even the games he played good in. Commanders. The second game, what happened? They got an interception late in the fourth quarter. I remember the Dolphins game. 2 of them, they got an interception late in the fourth quarter. The Chiefs, they allowed 0 points in the second half. Josh Allen, they got an interception late in the fourth quarter. So not saying Hurts don't have to play bad. That's not what I'm saying. Have to play good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we haven't seen Purdy play, like when Purdy played bad, they actually lost their games. But we haven't seen that with Hurts consistently. It took Hurts he played so bad, he had to throw a nail in the coffin for them to lose that Jets game. like, man, I know y'all been playing good defense, but you know what? Let me get another one. Hit on the Ryan, throw another interception, right? So I think Purdy has to play better for them to win that game. And like you said, Debo said, if we ain't had Purdy, now all the pressure is on Purdy, right? If we ain't had Purdy, right, we would have won that game. So I'm going to say Purdy.
Yeah, we're all in agreement. It's Purdy. It has to be Purdy. We've like you said, we've seen Hurts time and time again win a game where it feels like he shouldn't win that game, but he won. We have not seen that yet from Purdy. And yes, it's a short career. He started at the end of last season. He had three playoff games. And then this year, he's had his first 3 losses this year where he started and finished the game. Remember, that's what it was. They said that Purdy hasn't lost the game, that he started and finished.
Yeah.
He has 3 of those already, and they were all back to back to back. So this right here is the game where he has to play well. We don't win this game if he don't play well. If we win this game and he don't play well, that means the defense just was crazy. And I know our defense can do that, but Purdy got to play well.
I was about to say, I wouldn't be shocked because if Fred won it, this is what y'all got to do. Tell Fred get a visor that has Dak Prescott in his visor. Y'all gonna win because when Fred played against Dak, bro, he turned up. He on another level. His tree hurts like he Dak. I'm telling you, this game gonna go y'all way.
One thing I know is he's gonna feel a lot of pressure on Sunday. I know that. I know that's gonna happen. Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, Hargrave
coming back,
Randy Gregory, all them boys.
Here's the thing, though. One thing about them Eagles, man, for some reason, they find themselves in the game late in the game,
Yeah.
So we gonna see.
It's the
Well,
run. When they go back to running the ball effectively, that's their game. Like
yeah,
the ground and pound is the
we-
Eagles thing.
there's only one game where we had a bad game runner, and that was against the Browns. Other than that, has not happened this year. I think we're top 3.
PNC got hurt that game,
in
right?
Yep, he got hurt in
That
that
makes
game.
sense.
We are top 3 in rushing defense right now, so I don't expect that to happen.
That's good.
Well, I mean, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Y'all already see who we got to pick. Y'all got the comment section there. Turn up for us one time. Tell us who y'all thinking, or if we wrong, and tell us why we wrong. But we're gonna take this commercial break because we got that not so average top 5 coming back. So when it comes back, what we talking about, Joe? Give them a little bit of what we talking about in this not so average top 5.
Who the top 5 MVP candidates in the NFL? That's
Now
it.
you know you want to come back for that.
He.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri. This is Ed Han.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me keep on running toes, they gon' take them.
Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah, refuse.
Refuse to lose, and we back just like that. We told y'all, right? Oh, as y'all was sitting in the commercial break, y'all see we have a bevy of shows that we have to offer on the network as well. Make sure y'all check those out. Literally, we got episodes coming out every single day. And if you into college sports, we got a college episode that comes out almost every single day. And make sure you cut the notifications on too, because when the episodes come out, CTC might go live at 11 p.m. You never know. So if you want to hear about some college, Carl Talking College, make sure your notifications on. BWT, make sure you got the notifications on. FFC, notifications on. Joe Jordan, notifications. Doghouse, just cut the notifications on for the network, man. I could just go on and on about the shows in the red corner, RBO. But before I get put in the doghouse, man, let me hand this over to you, Joe. We gotta talk about that not so average top 5.
Fucking put in the doghouse. All right, man. Let's do it, man. It's been a while, So look, oh man, I forgot to forget it. All right. You know what? Let me just do y'all 3. Show all 3 y'all. So look, here's the thing, y'all. It's been a while since we did the not so average top 5. It's been a lot of talk in the chat, in the national media about who's top 5 MVP. Coincidentally, AJ, shout out to AJ2K, asked me, where do you put Dak in the top 5? I'm like, I'm glad you asked. And I told Dave this yesterday. So I didn't say that because AJ said something. Me and Dave was on the phone yesterday, and I told him I'm gonna do the That's Average top 5. All right. Well, that was 2 days ago. So coincidentally, I'm like, I'm glad you asked. Tune into the show. So let's get right to it. Before I say something, before I do it, this is the most complicated, the most like unpredictable, the most nobody's winning for real MVP race ever.
Funny thing you said, AJ, he popped up.
All right. So
hey man, get that icon out of here.
So no matter who's number 1, you can make an argument that Smells number 1. It's literally everybody has their own argument. Get to the top 5. All right. Can somebody do the honors? Can somebody do the jumps for me? All right. Number 5. That's the first one. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. I got it. Lamar Jackson. All right. Now, Carl ain't gonna like this one, but because he's number 5. Lamar's number 5, man. The reason why I got Lamar number 5, it's kind of by default. I'm gonna be real with you. All right. I don't see no player outside of a quarterback in this worthy of being in this race. Let me say that. Worthy of being in this race. And he's a quarterback, and they're number 1 in the ALC. That's it. That's all I can tell you about Lamar. All right. That's why Lamar is number 5. He's literally number 5 because it's by default. All right. I'll get the rebuttals after I do my top 5, and then I'll explain more in detail. All right. Number 4. Let's get it. Number 4. Patrick Mahomes. Oh, sorry. Y'all got it? Okay, cool. Patrick Mahomes. All right. So now some people might say Patrick Mahomes, number 4. First of all, Patrick Mahomes is not playing to his standard at all. He's having a down year. Number 1. Number 2, the offense is so inconsistent. If you look at the total numbers of their offense, you might say, oh, they got one of the best offenses. No, they don't. On a consistent basis, they are inconsistent. One game, they'll put up 40-some points on the Bears. Then another game, they'll score 0 points in the second half against the Eagles. One game, they will put up, 30-some points on an opponent, and then play the Broncos in 2 games and not even score 20. So this is the most inconsistent team, and a lot of it got to do because of his weapons. But Mahomes is one of the top people in the interception ranks. I'm sorry, this is a down year for Patrick Mahomes. So I got him at number 4. At number 3, Dak Prescott. All right, it's funny, Tomo, because the last time I did a Not So Average top 5, it was who has the most pressure. So when I went back to this template to change the faces, Dak was on the top. I was like, oh snap! And look at him performing. I was proud of him when I moved him to number 1 and 3 for a different one. Right? I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of proud of him. So Dak Prescott is number 3 for the mere fact that you want to look at the numbers. Dak Prescott is playing as far as he has the best overall numbers out of any player in the NFL right now. He has the best overall numbers. He has his interception. Sorry, let me put it. I got numbers right here. All right. So where my numbers at? Here we go. Dak Prescott right now, he's 5th in passing yards per game because he played an extra game, so I can't really do the total, right? He's 5th in passing yards per game. He's 1st in passing TDs, right? He only threw 6 interceptions, which is 19th best. That makes sense, right? Like if you're first, you're worse in the interception range. He's 19th, so that's like kind of good, right? Don't know how you reverse that, whatever, right? He's 2nd in completion percentage, 1st in QBR, 2nd in QB rating, right? But his downfall is a 49ers game. I'm sorry. He played horrific when he went against a contender, another MVP candidate, quote unquote, and he didn't live up to the expectations. The 2 quote unquote MVP candidates he went against, he lost to both of them. He lost to Jalen Hurts and he lost to Brock Purdy. So I can't put him up there because on top of that, he only beat 1 winning team. That matters. So Jalen Hurts went through a stretch when he had to prove himself, right? Dak Prescott just entered that stretch last night. All right. So now he has an opportunity to go up the rankings in the next few weeks or maybe next week. All right. So number 2, Jalen Hurts. This one to get real. I know people like, with that little sound effect. All right. So look, number 2 is Jalen Hurts. All right. I know this. I ain't looking at none of the comments right now. All right. I can't stay focused.
Don't.
If you look in the dictionary and you look up quarterback wins, Jalen Hurts gonna pop up. The reason why Jalen Hurts is an MVP candidate is because they're 10-1. That's why he's an MVP candidate, because they're 10-1 and he beat Mahomes and Dak Prescott. These 2 guys that are also candidates. That's the only reason he's an MVP candidate. I cannot put somebody number 1 who's 11th in passing yards per game, who's 10th in passing TDs, who got the 4th most interceptions, who's 10th in completion percentage, who's 12th in QB rating. Every QB stat, he's not even top 10 in. The only QB stat he's top 10 in is QBR, which is 7th, but they equate your rushing also in that stat, and he's 7th. So all the pure QB stats, he didn't even crack the top 10. So it's hard for me to put him as the MVP when he's not even the best quarterback at his own position. All right. So once again,
you forgot to mention the only other thing he's top 10 is interceptions.
No. I say he's 4th. I mentioned that. I say he's 4th. That's a bad thing though. All right. So what? Oh, come on, you can find the comment. So that's number 2. Now, number 1. Can you put it up for me, please? Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is number 1. All right. So look, this is why I brought Purdy number 1. Number 1, he got one of the best stats. Like it's Dak Prescott and then it's Purdy. Those are the 2 best statistical quarterbacks in the NFL right now. All right. Brock Purdy right now, he's 8th in passing yards per game. You know, not the best. He's 7th in passing TDs. Okay. He's 19th in interceptions. He hasn't thrown out interceptions, right? He's tied with that. He's also 1st in completion percentage. He's 2nd in QBR. He's 1st in QB rating, right? And he beat 4 playoff teams. Now, I got to mention, Jalen Hurts also beat 4 playoff teams. Jalen Hurts has beaten the Cowboys, the Vikings, Chiefs, and the Dolphins. Purdy has beaten the Cowboys, who's an MVP candidate also, the Steelers, Seahawks, and Jaguars. So he beat 4 playoff teams, and he Dak Prescott head-to-head. He had over 250 passing yards, 4 TDs, 0 interceptions, while Dak Prescott had only 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, and 150 yards. So Purdy, for me, he did everything so far. He has the stats. He beating great competition, and he's a quarterback of his team. So I got Purdy at number 1. I'm ready for all the rebuttals.
Well, when you get some time, make sure that you check out the comment section because you're getting jumped after the show.
Yeah, I wish they would have came on the show, but it's all good.
But Dave,
You go ahead. I can't stop laughing. You go ahead.
okay. Joe, I know I told you off air that I agree with your list. I lied.
I know you did.
When you thought of this list, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
when you step back, you did stats, right? You just only going off of the stats. That's what got you to the top 5. Okay, I just gotta ask the question. You know, I don't want to lead the witnesses out there. I gotta ask. So how did you come up with Purdy at 1 when technically Jalen Hurts has more wins than Purdy? So when you think of MVP votes, they add in the stats, they add in the moments, but they also total in the record.
Yeah.
So if Jalen Hurts has a better record than Purdy, how was he number 2?
Tannehill had a better record than everybody in the NFL. Do you make an MVP?
Who?
Tannehill 2 years ago. You gotta have the numbers. You can't just have wins. Jalen Hurts is not top 10 in no quarterback stat. So why is he the MVP? Because he got 10 wins? Because he's 10-1?
Yeah.
No, I need more than that.
So think about it like this, Joe. You say most valuable player, right? And I know a lot of people they're gonna say this off air. And when you think of the 49ers, the first person that comes to your mind, I mean, Purdy does have better games, but CMC was the running for MVP before Purdy was even talked about.
Okay.
And if you take CMC away, Purdy lost 3 games without the running back. So technically the most valuable player. Well, okay. I got you, Dave. You can jump in and correct me when I'm wrong, but technically to me, the most valuable player on the 49ers is CMC. If you take Jalen Hurts off the field for the Eagles, what they gonna be? Marcus Mariota gonna get them 10 wins?
You take Brock Purdy off that team, what's gonna happen?
We're gonna be trash. What you mean? We got Sam Darnold back there. We ain't
Exactly.
good.
Then we
I still had Trey Lance, bro. My bad.
That could be
this
good.
is the funny thing.
Hold on. I gotta talk now. Hold up, man. First of all, he didn't lose 3 games without CMC. CMC was there every single game. He got hurt in the game against the Browns, but he played in every single game. He has not missed a game yet this season. Now, I agree with you, Tomo. I believe CMC is the MVP for our team. Simply because if you look at how this offense operates, it operates on how well CMC is every single game. Who broke the record for the most consecutive touchdowns in 49ers history? CMC just did that, and he hasn't even played a full season with the 49ers just yet, and he did that already. Now, you might say, okay, he don't have the rushing touchdowns to cover it. Okay, he has 11 rushing touchdowns right now, 939 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry, and we know what CMC is. He is not just a running back. He is a running back that can also play wide receiver. He can run routes. If we're going to account for what Jalen Hurts does with running and passing, we're going to account for what CMC does with catching and passing. He also has 5 touchdowns catching the ball right now. So he leads all running backs in touchdowns as far as altogether. He has 16 touchdowns altogether this season. CMC is clearly the MVP for this team to me. Now, Purdy has played great. And I was making this argument earlier that if you put any other quarterback in the system, I don't think they would be as successful. Now, the reason why I said that is because we had other quarterbacks play in this system who knew it better than he did. He was a rookie last year, came in and was able to play very good in this system. And he has continued to do so. And I said that this offense has not been top 5 ever since Kyle Shanahan got there. We had C.J. Beathard there. We had Jimmy Garoppolo. We had Trey Lance for a couple of games. We had other quarterbacks in the system that did not play close to what this team has played. But remember, this offense changed when we traded for CMC last year.
Don't remind me.
And we already know that the running game wasn't necessarily an issue because we had Elijah Mitchell, we had Raheem Mostert, we had Matt Breida in this offense, and all of them pretty much played good. But none of them have played to the magnitude that CMC has. CMC has changed life in San Francisco. So I think if anyone's going to be MVP on this team, it would be CMC.
Let me ask you a question. Did y'all have Tua as MVP early in the year?
Early in the runners, yeah. That's why when you said earlier, this MVP this year, the parity in NFL.
Here's my point. Here's my point. Tyreek Hill is CMC to Tua, but you will put Tua as an MVP. You know why? Because he's the quarterback. But we don't want to get the same respect for Brock Purdy because Tua is not doing nothing different than Brock Purdy. He is getting a bunch of yards. It's because his best player is a receiver. We're talking about his best player being a running back. So the fact that Tyreek Hill is about to break a record. CMC ain't about to break no rushing record. He got 939 yards. He's not even about to hit. He's not even about to be nowhere near 2,000 yards. CMC is not about to crack the rushing record or yards or rushing TDs and record. But
what
so that's why
already about to break.
But he's a quarterback. For a running back or receiver. Dave, for a receiver and a running back to win MVP, they have to do something substantial. They got to break a record. The last time a running back won MVP, they ran for 2,000 yards. And CMC doing that? No, he's not. Tyreek Hill is on track to have 2,000 receiving yards. That's why he was really considered MVP. CMC was on track to have 2,000 yards. That's why he was on track, but he fell off that track. That's why I can't put him on there. But if we're going to say Tua is an MVP candidate, but Brock Purdy not, what is the same situation? Literally the same situation.
Well, I think most would say Tyreek should be the MVP, honestly.
Now they will because Tua ain't beat nobody. That's the only reason why Tua ain't MVP candidate because he hasn't beaten a winning team. If he would have beaten the Eagles, everybody would be like, yeah, he's MVP right now. But the fact that he hasn't beaten a winning team, he's not.
But see, Joe, early in the season, it was kind of like the CMC Purdy debate that's happening now, where everyone was like, Tua is the person that's getting Tyreek the ball, but mostly if you was in a room, it would probably have been split. Some people would have said Tua, some people would have said Hill. You could have been on the fence earlier this season because what Tyreek was doing was insane.
But you were on the fence. There were people saying Tua, and there were people saying Tyreek. Only reason why they said Tyreek, because he was on track to break the record. That's why.
Who's throwing him the
CMC
ball,
is
though?
not right now. CMC was, but he's not no more.
For your wide receiver to have like 2,000 something yards, your quarterback got to throw for almost 45.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. But they also had a running back who led the league in touchdowns. CMC ain't leading the league in rushing touchdowns. So how can I put him as the MVP? When you're the MVP as a running back, you gotta be top dog in rushing and rushing yards and rushing TDs. That's why I don't have Tyreek on there, because he's not even leading in receptions. I need you to be a triple crown holder if you're gonna be a receiver, unless you get 2,000 yards. I mean, I guess, but you gotta be a triple crown holder.
So let me ask this question then: where are you trying to put CMC on your top 5, Dave?
For me, if I was to make a top 5, CMC to me will at least be top 3, just because of where we are. That's for me. He would be top 3.
I had him at 5, and I had a tie between him and Hill.
I'm not even mad at him being at 5. All I'm saying is, for me, I would more so put him in that conversation than Purdy. We saw what Purdy did when he didn't have anyone else. When he didn't have Trent Williams and when he didn't have Debo.
Everybody keeps saying that.
About it. Joe, look, I defended him. With this already. I already defended. I defended this. I'm not saying that that's a good reason to take Purdy out of the conversation. I'm just saying this is what has been saying. CMC makes a difference for this team.
Patrick Mahomes, when he didn't have Kelsey, what happened? They lost. Have we seen Jalen Hurts without AJ Brown this year? We haven't. Have we seen Lamar? Lamar is different. Lamar is on this thing because he has no weapons. And he's a quarterback, and they number 1 in AFC. Dak Prescott, we haven't seen him without CeeDee Lamb this year. But we have seen Purdy without his best weapon for it, which is Debo. We have seen that, and then he looked different. Don't you think Dak will look different without CD? Don't you think Jalen Hurts will look different without AJ Brown out there?
Hold on.
Joe, look, Joe. This is the same argument I was making. This is the same argument I was making in the chat earlier today. So
go ahead, Tom.
Hold on. This is where it gets weird, because we've seen Dak without a number 1 receiver, and he still put up somewhat decent numbers. We've seen that. It was always the question about the running game when it came to Dak Prescott. He's like, can he win without a running game? Because remember,
we're doing this year. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, if CD wasn't there, Dak loves tight ends. So technically, Jake Ferguson. Now, let's say if you see Dak without Jake Ferguson, I think this offense can still put up numbers if CD's not there. It's going to be tough, but he can win games. Now, when you talk about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, you got to debate that. I can't argue with that one, because when you said earlier in your monologue about Jalen Hurts, about when you look up winning in quarterbacks, stop forgetting 2021, please. Stop that, because people just love to skip. Like, they keep acting like he only lost 2 games in 2 years.
Yeah,
no,
that's facts.
His record is not that.
That's what I'm saying. When he got AJ Brown, he shot up.
So exactly. But when you say winning and quarterback, let's slow that down. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm
saying what Eagle fans is doing is they forget about 2021 when they talk about Hurts. So we technically have seen Hurts without that. Again, what was my point? Go ahead, Joe. I forgot my point. You got me down to 10.
All right, Teddy said Brown had 10 yards in a couple of weeks. Yes, but Brown is out there. Brown is you see all the attention he gets? Devontae Smith one-on-one every time because AJ Brown get attention. Just because you ain't productive don't mean he's out there. But my whole point is this, all right? We talking about this year. What happened last year don't even matter about this year.
There you go. I think I got it. There you go. But for Purdy, was BA hurt in any of those games?
No, he wasn't.
Was Kittle hurt in any of those games?
Nope.
No, he wasn't.
They still have weapons out there. And BA is a better a better receiver. Technically, Debo does take away attention, but BA is the better of the 2 receivers. George Kittle was getting yards now. So there's ways they could have won those games. I can't go back into the context and details of it. But you're saying if you take away their best weapon, technically BA is the best weapon.
Nah, Debo is the biggest weapon.
CMC is the best weapon.
I said receiving core.
But receiver is as far as weapon, Debo is as a receiver is the best weapon because like he'll be on the field, you got to count for a lot of stuff. Debo,
yeah, I agree with that. As far as the weapon, Debo's the better weapon, but the better receiver, pure receiver, is BA.
I think the way BA has been working with Purdy and their relationship, And the way Kyle Shanahan can draw up an offense, he can come up with some plays in the win a game with just be who's y'all backup receiver? Y'all had like 3 of them. Y'all got what's my man, Mr. Third Down playmaker.
Oh,
You got Juwan Jennings, and then you also got Kittle. Like there's ways that I was gonna say Kellen Moore. That way Kyle can draw up an offense to win some games, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, we got Ronnie Bell too. And
so look, y'all. All right. I'm not putting C-Mac in the MVP race right now. He can't be leading because he's not doing nothing that stands out like this is history. Like he's not about to break the rushing record. As far as yards, he's not about to break the receiving touchdown. I mean, that's receiving the rushing TD record, and he's not about to hit 2,000 rushing yards. So for somebody outside of a quarterback to win MVP, you have to do something super crazy, and he's not doing that. This is a quarterback award. I'm sorry, unless you do something crazy. If Tyreek get the triple crown and gets 2,000 yards, there's a chance that he can win MVP. But it's sad. We just saw Cooper Kupp get the triple crown, and he wasn't even top 3 in the race. Top 3. So I can't give it to CMC. He has to break a record. Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson, but more so Jalen Hurts, is not top 10 in no quarterback category. Yes, he has 11 touchdowns. I mean, 8 of them was a touch push. 8 of his 11 rushing touchdowns was a touch push.
So then Kelsey's the MVP.
Huh?
So then Kelsey's the MVP.
like Tomo, I'm not gonna lie. I saw something on Twitter and it made somebody said, don't eliminate this touch push, but when they do the touch push, that should be a team touchdown. That shouldn't be a Hurts touchdown because it's literally just him just getting pushed by everybody. Like he has the frame. I'm not even discrediting that, but I'm not. That's not the MVP. That's not an MVP. I'm sorry. I'm not about to say he got 11 touchdowns. I'm not about to do that, bro. I'm sorry. Like he got it, but he got his touch push. And then Lamar Jackson. What do you want me to say?
That's why I was about to go with this. I'm sorry, Joe. Let me jump in here right quick.
Go ahead.
We should have did this topic early because technically, if you don't want to put CMC on there, why is Lamar there? Because CMC is doing more for his. Nah, I can't say that.
No, he's not.
I can't say that. I had to stop
we can rush him because Lamar.
I had to stop myself. But that's what I was gonna say. If Lamar's not top 10 in any quarterback stat, right? Technically, he is the MVP for the Ravens. That doesn't make him MVP of the league. CMC is doing something that's changing the entire. Nah, I can't say that neither. Go ahead. I'm just trying to argue to get CMC at number 5.
I got you. See, look, you could throw. I mean, number 5 is number 5. You know what I mean? Number 5. It could be anybody. They not number 5 ain't winning MVP, but look, here's the thing with Lamar. All right, this is why Lamar is 5 at best to me. All right, the reason why Lamar. All right, I'm gonna blend this with Jalen Hurts too. All right, Jalen Hurts. Yes, he's 10-1.
We have a tie.
The 2 MVPs in the last 10 years that you can compare Jalen Hurts to is Lamar and Cam Newton, right? 2 rushing quarterbacks. They both had a lot of rushing touchdowns, a lot of rushing yards, right? The difference between Cam Newton, Lamar, and Jalen Hurts, they all 3 of them number 1 in the NFL in their record, but Cam Newton was 2nd in QB rating in the league. Do you know in the last 10 years, there only been 2 quarterbacks, 2, that wasn't top 2 in QB rating and not win, who wasn't top 2 in QB rating and not won MVP? There only been 2 in the last 10 years. That's Matt Ryan. He was 5th. I mean, he was 5th, and he led the league in passing yards. And it was Lamar Jackson. But when Lamar Jackson won, he led the league in passing yards, passing TDs, and had 1,000 rushing yards. He had a QB stat to back him to MVP case. Jalen Hurts don't have that. He had the record. He got moments. I mean, I get that. They got a close player. He might win that. But we're talking about most valuable player, bro. MVP. You got to be dominant in the season. And he has not been dominant. I can't give it to him. Lamar Jackson, 18th in passing yards, 17th in passing TDs, 20. See, he's not throwing interception. That's the best part of Lamar. 13th in QBR, 7th in QB rating, and he beat 3 playoff teams. That's a good thing about him. But his numbers doesn't speak crazy like it did when he won MVP. The only people whose numbers are looking good right now
is 1 and 3.
Purdy and Dak. And Mahomes up there also Because I mean, who else you gonna put up there outside of Mahomes and Lamar?
I think that's where I'm coming from with it. And Carl, I wasn't trying to like go bad at Lamar. I'm trying to think of it from an aspect of let's get out of this mindset of saying we know a quarterback's not. I mean, this is a quarterback only award. Like, of course, we know that, but let's get in the mindset of what we've seen this season, like on the field. Technically, from what you just said, then Dak needs to be number 2, Lamar needs to be number 3, and then Hurts needs to be number 4, and then you bump Mahomes to 5. Going off of what you said, Lamar isn't. Go ahead.
My bad. The reason why I got Hurts higher, this is the only reason, bro. He's 10-1, and he beat 2 MVP candidates head to head. He beat Dak head to head. He beat Mahomes head to head. So and the reason why, but look, the reason why Dak is not higher because he hasn't beaten this dude beat 2 teams that he beat Mahomes, who was number 1, and he beat y'all, who's about to take number 1 for real. So and then y'all beat the Seahawks. That's it. That's why I said in the chat, if he goes out and beat Philly, he should be top and MVP candidate. I said that, and then Mahomes, he just as bad as Hurts with interceptions, just as bad. He's throwing too many interceptions. That's why I got Dak in front of Mahomes because Mahomes is throwing too many picks, bro. He's not beating Mahomes.
But that's why I'm saying. That's why I get the players on the list. Cool, we here with that. We here.
The order.
I got y'all. I'm with you with the Dak need more quality wins. I'm with y'all with that. But I'm saying everything in your argument that you just said makes me think that you need to shuffle this list just a little bit. And I don't care what the comments is talking about. But look, you got Dak. If you talking about stats, if you're going off stats, you got Purdy, Dak. Then you go Hurts. I would say Lamar, actually. Lamar, then Hurts, then Mahomes. If we going off stats. Now, if we going off overall quality of wins, then Hurts needs to be number 1. He's the only one that beat 2 MVP candidates.
See, it's not a black and white. It's just like when we talk about who the top 5 quarterback, it's not black and white. Like, okay, you do this, you do that, you automatically number 1. Everybody got their different reasons. It's who weighs more. Purdy weighs the most so far. The only knock on Purdy is, we haven't seen him close out a close game. That's the only thing they got about Purdy. He need his weapons. That's the only thing they got. Purdy didn't throw a pick 6 to lose it. And like everybody keep describing Purdy. How about against the Jets, the Eagles, when the defense did their job and he threw an interception with the lead to lose that game? Purdy ain't do nothing like that. Purdy didn't throw an interception with the lead to lose a game. He never did that before.
But Jalen beat 2 MVP candidates.
He did, but Purdy demolished an MVP candidate and threw 4 TDs, 0 interceptions. Jalen Hurts in those 2 games did not play well throughout the whole game. I can say that about Purdy against that. Lamar Jackson has games also that he lost, but nobody want to talk about that. I ain't even bring that up. But Lamar don't have the stats. That's why Lamar lost the game. Huh?
Everybody up here has had one of those embarrassing losses, though.
Yeah, but Lamar don't got the stats, though. Lamar and Jalen Hurts don't got the stats. Stats got the wins. Hurts got the wins against the competition. Purdy got the wins against competition and the stats. Dak just have the stats. That's it. So we need Dak to get a quality win against the Eagles so he can have the stats and the quality win, then we can bump him up. Right now, Purdy is the only one that has the stats and the quality wins. He's the only one on this list.
But that's what I'm not arguing Dak no more. Now I'm going more so my angle is what everyone's asking now. How was Purdy over Hurts?
You listen what I'm saying? Purdy has the quality wins and the stats. Hurts only have the quality wins. That's it.
Okay. So it's the stats that edge them out. Got you. Hey, they gonna tag you. I just had to ask
I'm ready. People. I'm ready. I'm about to ask. How is Purdy over Hurts right now? I think it should be. See,
that's why I asked you because I was.
All right, Javon. Look, we can read these Hurts numbers real quick before we leave. Hurts right now, he's 11th in passing. Let me remind y'all, he's a QB. Okay. He's a QB. He's 11th in passing yards, 10th in passing TDs, 10th in completion percentage, 7th in QBR, which is also a running stat. It's not just your throwing; it's running too. 12th in QB rating. Remind y'all, there has been no QB other than Lamar and Cam Newton that won MVP in the last 10 years that was in top 2 in QB rating. And Lamar led the league in passing yards. Hurts not doing that. Passing yards. Cam Newton was, I think he led the league. I think he was second in passing yards. But Cam Newton was number 2. I'm tripping. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was first in passing yards. So I mean, Hurts don't have the numbers. He got moments. I get it. If there was a clutch award, Hurts might get that. MVP, I can't get that to him right now. But if he go out and beat Purdy, what I'm gonna say? He went out and beat Purdy. He went out and beat Dak. He went out and beat Mahomes. Literally, almost everybody on this panel. Then you just gotta give it to him. I mean, no matter what we say, you always be like, he beat all them dudes you got ahead of him. So I gotta give it to him. Then that's what I like about this. Y'all all gotta play each other. Y'all gotta play each other.
Well, only one of them had to play Mahomes.
Add on rushing numbers. Okay, 8. He had 11 rushing TDs. 8 of them was a tush push. So yeah, add a tush push. Go ahead. He leads the league in total touchdowns. Josh Allen is 2, but he also leads the league in. He's also second in turnovers behind Josh Allen. You want me to bring that up too? That's another point. Purdy's not turning the ball over. See, Dak and Purdy got the numbers. That's including turnovers, and Dak just needs the quality wins. That's all Dak needs to jump Hurts, because Hurts beat him. So it feels weird for me to put Dak above Hurts right now.
Well,
so you got
I think my only question is, let's say Purdy beats Jalen Hurts as well.
The same way he beat the Cowboys.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Because Joe said that if Dak beats the Eagles next week, he takes the MVP reigns. I think that shouldn't be the case.
If Purdy wins.
On Sunday.
You're right, Dave. You're right.
That's what I've been saying this entire time, because he already beat Dak 42-10.
Blow him out.
There's no reason why Dak should be ahead of Purdy if Purdy wins this game on Sunday. That's the only thing I have to say. That's it.
I agree with you that day. I agree with that, Dave. And I think now that's when the seesaw battle begins between the two. Because now if Dak goes out, let's say Purdy wins. Now Purdy's the clear-cut favorite, right? Dak still has to go play Hurts again. He go beat Hurts. Who y'all got next?
You mean if they beat Hurts and y'all beat Hurts?
Yeah.
Then Hurts falls. He gonna fall. He gonna fall far. He might if Lamar get his numbers up. I'm sorry, he gotta get his numbers up, bro. But Lamar get his numbers up, he might go past Lamar. Because Hurts is living off his quality wins. That's what he's living off. I'm telling you. The people he beat. And they all been like dramatic. So like because it's dramatic, it gets extra credit. Like that's why he's considered MVP. Because it has a winning record.
Y'all might kill me, but technically Mahomes is living off of his name. This is not a good year for him. He's only at number 4 because of his name.
Who?
And because
Mahomes.
Well, Mahomes actually is like Mahomes numbers. He's 7th in yards per game. He's 4th in TDs. He's high interceptions. He's right there with Hurts is 4th. He's 8th. 8th in completion percentage. 4th in QBR. You're right. I mean, that's how I look at it, Tomo. Number 1 through 3 is debatable. You literally can make a case for all 3 of them. Number 4 and 5, bro, they are there because they are the second 2 best quarterbacks. Because there are no non-quarterback positions to me that's outstanding right now. That's why I can't put them out there. And I put Mahomes and Lamar because both of them are top of the AFC. And then Mahomes' numbers is pretty good. And Lamar, top of the AFC. Literally.
I might just be trying to do this for Baltimore, but I think Lamar should have been number 4 and Mahomes should have been 5.
Why though? Why?
Because of what you just said, the quality of wins and also the numbers. Like Mahomes is not himself. Like who is Mahomes beat?
Mahomes beat
but the numbers don't prove Lamar over Pat, because Lamar doesn't have better numbers than Pat does.
They both beat 3 playoff teams. They both equally beat 3 playoff teams.
Then I need point differential.
But the stats don't prove it. The stats don't prove it for Lamar. He's like, I think he's doesn't he have the same amount of touchdowns as Mac Jones?
Something like that. Probably no more. But Lamar beat the Steelers. Sorry, he lost the Steelers. My bad. Woof. He beat sorry, Javon. He beat
the Browns.
He beat the Browns, who play our team. Not their quarterback, but I'm not even gonna add that. He also beat the Lions and the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. Mahomes beat the Jags, the Vikings, and the Miami Dolphins. What?
Really?
If you want what the Vikings? What's the difference between the Vikings and the Seahawks right now? Let's be real.
There's no
Lamar
difference.
beat the brakes off the Lions, who
Okay,
beat that
and
same
Mahomes was the
Chiefs
break
team.
off the Jags.
But they beat that same Chiefs team.
But that Chiefs team did not have Travis
Also-
Kelce out there. That's the thing.
He beat the hold on. He beat the brakes off of that same Seahawks team who was coming off of a big win the week before.
Okay, how about this? Who Lamar lose to?
He lost to the
The
Browns
Steelers, the
The
Browns,
Steelers
the Browns, and the Colts, right?
in
and the
overtime.
Colts, bro.
The Colts
So we
game
gonna
was
make fun of the Vikings win. What the heck the Colts are?
Colts
But
won
he
this
didn't
one.
lose to the Broncos, and the Broncos in a division. That's a division game, though. So I mean, I'm not about to. I look at they both beat 3 playoff teams. That's how I'm looking at it. All right, and Mahomes' numbers are better, but Lamar's number 1 AFC. Only about the fault because he played more games for real.
Look, I'm just saying, man. Look, I don't
What
want
Kyle
to
talking about?
I don't know, but yeah. All I will say is, at the end of the day, Dak is in the conversation. So I win. I just want him in the conversation. But this list will draw some debate.
Oh yeah, the Ravens did beat the Texans as well, who also has a winning record. So
No,
Yeah.
I said playoff team. Texas outside looking in. Outside looking in.
Because of that last game, but they beat the brakes over them too.
Outside looking. Yeah, first game. I mean, yeah, they did first game of the season. But
And when they played the Browns the first time, they beat the break. When they win, they win.
look, he said Hurts been coming back on Super Bowl contenders. Bills. We gonna still consider them Super Bowl contenders?
I mean, they were.
Don't
The
you
people
do
were
that.
saying that they were.
Were
but
they Super Bowl contenders when they played the Eagles?
I don't believe they were the time that they played them now.
When they played the Eagles, they weren't even in a playoff picture. So this not even counting the Bills.
That's true.
We're looking at Josh Allen. That's what we're looking at. Also, who else they come back on? The Commanders? Super Bowl contenders? No. The only Super Bowl contenders they came back on
What's the Chiefs?
Cowboys.
were the Chiefs. That's it.
It's the Chiefs.
And then you look
They
at Purdy.
They didn't
Go
come
ahead.
back on the Dolphins. They were already beating the Dolphins. And,
They were the Dolphins.
and the Dolphins are not.
Wait.
We can't say the Dolphins are Super Bowl contenders either.
But then you look at Purdy. He beat the contenders. He blew out the Cowboys. Blew out the Jags. I mean, come on now. So
But Hurts has two.
who
I
else
said
blew out?
I said the two teams. The Cowboys
Oh,
are the
yeah,
Super Bowl contender.
They beat the same amount of Super Bowl contenders. But Vaughn in the comments said Hurts been coming back on Super Bowl contenders. And he came back on one. That's it. He didn't come back on the Cowboys. Cowboys was down by double digits the whole second half, for real. Cowboys came back on them.
No. We was up going into the half.
Oh, you trying to halftime lead? Okay.
Yeah.
And what did Purdy do against that same team? 4 TDs, 0 interceptions. 4.
We was different back then. We was trying to find out.
It's all good.
Nah, he did it.
So, Bill, Javon, they not in the play.
They're not in the
Javon,
playoff picture, Bron. I'm sorry.
Bro, they've been struggling, bro. They lost to the
They're not
Broncos. They got killed by the Broncos.
You are not a Super Bowl
They
contender.
struggled against the Giants. They are not the same, Vaughn. We got to be real. We're looking at Josh Allen. Now, they get to the playoffs. We're going to say, because they got Josh Allen, they can go all the way. But as of right now in the regular season, bro, I'm sorry. These are not the same team.
I still don't think they make the
Not.
playoffs.
You got to keep it 100. So, then how you going to be a Super Bowl contender? You didn't even make it to the playoffs. That's the Commanders Super Bowl contenders too. I was like,
We're marked.
all right, let's
Hey, but just like that, national average top 5, man, live right up to a height.
I
We got
said,
everybody hyped. We went over time and all that.
I knew he sent the list. I said, "Oh, this is about to be good."
all right, then nobody's like, he said, feel like if for real, I only got number 2 because it's like for real. You look at the numbers and everything. Come on, let's be real, bro. Like, come on, man. Lamar Jackson was MVP. Yes, he ran the ball. He led the league in passing touchdowns. Cam Newton was second in QB rating. There's been only 2 quarterbacks. Last thing I'm gonna say, y'all, we done. I'm gonna say it again. I did my research. I tried to compare today's quarterbacks to the previous quarterbacks. All right. Nobody is really dominating MVP race right now. That's why no matter who you put number 1, it's gonna be a debate. No matter you put Hurts at number 1, you can like Joe. Hurts ain't even top 10, no category. Thank you, right? Purdy number 1. Man, see what I'm saying right there. Okay, you got a point. Mahomes up there. Man, he got all these interceptions. Dang, you got me again. Like, Dak gave me no good team. Oh my God, y'all never satisfied. Like who you want me to pick?
You sound like a Cowboy fan now. What y'all want me to do? Like,
winning matters, but ain't the only thing that matters, Javon. You gotta have the numbers too. Purdy got winning in the numbers. He's second in the NFC. Don't forget about that.
like honestly, Joe, if this list would have came out before the Bills game, you would have had me. But after I seen Hurts come back in that Bills game, I was like, nah, because I was with you on the numbers. I was like, he don't have the numbers to back it. But that win right there stamps it. It's like, bruh, when the time calls, he answers.
We want to get technical, bro. Purdy put them in position to win against the Browns, and they missed a chip shot. Purdy, and then Dak Hurts get them in a 59-yard field goal, he makes it. Purdy did the same exact thing, but his kicker didn't come through. The guy they drafted high. We want to get technical, but I'm not. Well, I ain't trying to get that technical. You know what I mean? I'm just keep it simple. But let's. I know it's 518. Let's take it to the chat, man.
Hey, become a member, man. Make sure y'all click that link, subscribe, and
become a member. If this didn't tell you, if this did not show you that you need to become a member, because this is about to be crazy in the VIP.
I already know
it is. I know it is.
All I'm gonna say is, look, man, I was gonna run down the quick memberships right quick because this is the ultimate commercial right here. Hey, $2.99, you get to join one chat. If you want to be a part of the NFL conversation, that's the pro level. You get to join one all-star level, members only videos, and you join multiple chats. You can join the members only and get the cussing. that's all-star level, $4.99, members only. Why you looking like that, Joe?
I don't know what game you're talking about. He threw for 126. The Cowboys game? Yeah, 250-some yards.
I thought the all-star level made you upset. I was gonna say if the all-star made you upset, then go to the superstar level for all that. $9.99. You know what I mean? You could be in the R2L chat because that's what his chat. That's what his debate actually gonna go. The R2L chat. $9.99, man. Make sure y'all become a member. Let's get these last words.
Okay. Lamar Odom has advice for Travis Kelce. I know you just saw it, Dave. There are going to be millions of women that want to taste what Taylor Swift is tasting, and it can be overwhelming.
What?
Hold on, though.
And he got a point. He right. I mean, it can be overwhelming because we're men. He just has to be strong and stick by his girl, and he'll be all right.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Look, Bond, do you want me to put up her stats on all these comebacks you're talking about?
R2L.
Okay. We get the stats with Hurts. All right. Talking about we threw for 126. I already got plenty of them games under 20 yards that he won. But anyways, last words, man. I gotta get out of here. I got a place to go at 6 o'clock. My wife probably like this dude tripping. But all I gotta say is #swiper season, my man. It's okay. It's okay. Just bring it to the chat, man. #swiper season. We play the Nuggets tomorrow night. I will be busy doing the game, so I'm gonna try to catch up. Get it with the halfway and catch up. And then we got an in-season tournament Tuesday. Or was it Monday? Monday against Daggone Pelicans, right? Commanders got a Dolphins this weekend. Just ball out offense. That's all I care about. They can score 70. Just make sure we score 60. I don't care. I just need the offense to look good so we can bring back Airbnb and light the beam. Oh yeah, appreciate all the shows. Baseball with Teddy, Carl Talking College, fantasy football with Coach Coons, Dave's Doghouse, Real Ballers Only in the red corner. Appreciate all of y'all. Let's get it. And appreciate you, Tomo.
Anthony Edwards will not be playing tomorrow. He's doubtful for the game. Auburn has flipped another commitment from Texas A&M. Cam Coleman, he's a 5-star wide receiver, so that's something good for Auburn. But as far as my last words, I'm just ready to see what's going to happen in this VIP chat. That's it. That's all I care about right now. I want to see what's about to happen in this VIP chat, and I kind of want to. I want to address one comment that was in here. Vaughn, you weren't here when we first talked about this, but I mentioned that before, that yes, he did not play well in that game, but it's not about that. It's what he did to put them in position to win that game.
Hurts
did the same exact thing, and we gave him praise for that.
Exactly.
So all I'm saying is Purdy should get praise for that too, even though we lost the game. What I'm saying is if we won that game, he should have gotten praise for that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying who is better. That's not what I'm saying. That's just my point in that. Now, like Joe has already made his thing. The VIP chat is going crazy already because there's already been a voice message left. So that's the thing. Yes, I know Hurts won, but all I'm saying is he put in position to win. That's it. Let's go, San Fran. Let's go ahead and make this Philly this dirty pigeon suit on Sunday. Let's go ahead and win this game. We got a lot to prove for us, not for anyone else, but for San Francisco. We've been saying all off season, that should not have been the case. Purdy plays, then we win that game. We got to go out there and prove that. All that talk that we've been having, we done had all that talk. I've been going at their necks since Monday. I've been going at the Eagles' necks since then. Make that happen on Sunday. That's it. And shout out to my boy Triple J from Miami Heat. Still out there balling. Had 24 points off the bench last night. Let's get it.
Y'all beat the Pacers, right?
Sure did. Put him 142 on him.
Woo, season high.
Man, my last words is more so for the Wizards. I mean, I know we was losing the in-season tournament on paper, but for the NBA chat, I won the in-season tournament because we up 1-0 on the Pistons. So my last words is, hey, Wizards, anytime you go to Detroit or you got Detroit, just win that game. That's it. I don't care if you lose every other game this season. Just make sure you beat Detroit. Hashtag beat Detroit. And for the Cowboys, man, look, just keep making plays, man. Hopefully we can get Shaq because we clearly showed that middle linebacker. Not that Shaq. No. Hopefully we can get Shaq Leonard, because we showed that we need some middle linebackers out there because we need some communication because they was lost all night. But we found a way to win that game. Hurts like. So, again, I appreciate you guys. And, man, that's all I'm going to say is hurts like. But everybody that's tuned in, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Have a good weekend.
Javon got that. We created a beef with the Pacers and all of them. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. It's Friday, and we'll see y'all on Monday. Like everybody left. There's 0 people looking in.
They went to the peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.
Donations.